Checka. Emceemur. It is about that time to keep on building this archer, this Elven Ranger. We had some issues with Comcast, what else is new, on our last stream, which cut it a little short, but we were already kind of running long, so not a big deal. Got some great stuff going on. Got Link's tunic, as you can see. Got some nasty freaking bow kills. We're going to scan some more Amiibos in. Zelda ones, of course. And see if there's a chance of getting yet again another rare Zelda item. Now, I'm aware you can get these games in the game if you just play it a little bit, and that's fine. But, you know, it's more fun to scan the Amiibos. We are joined by Trident and Dat Game Collector already in our third episode of this Skyrim stream. Again, we've made it to Markarth, so now we can fast travel here. This is kind of what I want to use as a home base. We've not done much in the way of starting the game on this side of the map, at least I haven't. And we will have to backtrack some to get some archery training. Obviously, that's imperative in a ranger build. But for now, let's open up some of these frickin' chests. Maybe I can't open one here. No, it's still on. We may have to... Oh, wait, no. Sometimes if you're in a town area, it won't do it. Alright, that was the Princess Zelda Amiibo. She brought us good luck last time. And I want you to know that she's done it again. The Hylian shield, which, as light armor, I would definitely be allowed to carry. Wow. Behold it in all its glory. I mean, right off the cuff, we're already getting a rare item. And much like McDonald's, I'm loving it. Dat Game Collector says he got this for PSVR and that it's amazing. And, you know, I do want to try that. As much of a naysayer as I am on virtual reality, and that being just because I'm a cantankerous old bastard now in my older ages of gaming. But I have to admit, the lure of being able to go into Tamriel, never to return to reality again, well, that's pretty great. That's the 8-bit Link Amiibo chest we just had drop. Let's see what's in there. Some really good arrows. And other than that, just some Bullduke. Now let's do our Ganondorf Amiibo. I had the Shulk Amiibo, but I don't have it anymore because somebody was dumb enough to pay me $65 for a figurine of Princess Zelda in drag. So, good for them. I hope they're happy with it. I couldn't continue to hold it for that much money. Toon Link coming up. I didn't want to sell any of the other ones, though, because I really liked them. Toon Link chest is a bust. And then we have a regular Link. And I didn't buy any of the Breath of the Wild Amiibos yet. I just haven't got around to it. I want you to just look. I want you to look right now. This is the regular Link amiibo, the first one that came out. We now have the Master Sword. So, yeah. Absolutely incredible. 2 more rare Zelda unlocks in one stream. Aren't I blessed? We're going to take it. Take these arrows. We'll leave the rest of that crap. So that was 2 amazing pulls right there. 2 amazing pulls. I'm sure I'll get my Shulk amiibo back when I find it in somebody's bin for $5 somewhere, but at the time that the Breath of the Wild came out, people were paying incredible money for amiibos, and I'm like, you know what? Let's get a free game out of an amiibo. It'd be nice to have some kind of return on my investment. I've got an entire curio full of these dadgum amiibos, boy. Eventually, you don't want to pay retail for them anymore. God, I will never get used to the B and A buttons being reversed. Let's look at the map. There is an archery trainer in Riverwood, which we did not go to yet, and to do so, we're going to have to fast travel back to Helgen, the closest known point on our map, and work our way to the northeast. So, we'll do that, we'll get our training in, and then we'll immediately fast travel back to Markarth and get started doing business, setting up shop. It's where we're going to want to get quests, we're going to want to take up residence, and it's where we're going to want to run the frickin' Aldmeri Dominion out on their asses. Alright, so north, east. I'm going to go ahead and set a marker just for the sake of it. Because of this mountain, we may not be able to go that route, but we're going to try. Man, we got some good pulls today, didn't we? I'm flipping my lid on that. Let's go ahead and switch to our orcish arrows, the most damaging ones that we have. Well, that Master Sword doesn't do a lot of damage, does it? But it's cooler than the Imperial Sword that I've got. And we'll enchant this thing. We'll make it, you know, we'll give it some lightning power or something. We'll go all Castle Grayskull, He-Man on that sumbitch and see what we can't make it do. I have a feeling that we are not going the best route that we could have gone, and that we're fixing to get boxed in here. Should have taken a left turn at Albuquerque. Here I am, trying to be a hunter, and I don't even have my bow at the ready. Don't want to waste an orc arrow on a frickin' fox anyway. Can we get over this hill? We are joined by Red Monkey 923. Welcome to our impromptu Elven Ranger building stream. Skyrim on the Nintendo Switch. Man, this is steep. I don't think we can get through right here. Oh, never say never. Surely not right here. Sometimes you don't think you can, and then sure enough, And we're over. Yeah, that was my chief concern with VR, is the motion sickness. I'm prone to it. I am. I can't play games in the car. You know, I can't do 3DS on long car rides. Got to keep my eyes on the road. I can't do it. And so VR is the same issue to me, that once you start doing that, anybody that suffers from one will suffer from the other. Good Lord, the drop off. Okay. That's where we're going right there, so we're almost there. Whatever. Man, that's a long way down. Okay. We're just going to ease on down the same way we eased on up. And there's a little path right here. Oh, looks like somebody's camping out. Well, let's be fair. We don't know if it's an enemy yet. Okay, it's an enemy. Oh!
We got ourselves a hero.
How you gonna get up here, big boy?
Can't wait to count out your coins.
Well, you're gonna have to. Jesus! Where's your buddy? Ah, you shifty-eyed bastard.
I think you're playing.
Alright, let's see what we have here. Probably some money. And some trash we don't need. Take your gold, take your lockpicks, drink your wine. I'll take my arrow back out of your frickin' shoulder. Speaking of counting out coin, count out your coin. Well, we'll take your potatoes too. Not a lot of loot, man. And we need loot, because we're about to go pay for some training. And that gets more expensive the further up you go with it. In fact, I wanted to take that book. You can get a little bit of money for those. Yeah, I would like to try this on VR. I think that'd be cool. I would still stand by my accusation that it's a novelty, though, and eventually I would be sick of it and just want to play it regular, with my feet up and a controller in my hands. But yeah, no doubt it has to be neat, at least the first time. And because they went and put Skyrim on there, I mean, I own Skyrim every way you can own Skyrim, except for that. So I almost am obligated, being this is my favorite game of all time, to try the VR route. And I owe it to VR to try it too. Everybody swears up and down, even though they are fanboys, the ones that are doing it, that I'm a fool if I don't give it a chance. And it's like, dude, the way I see it, I'm a fool if I pay $500 for some trendy piece of equipment that I'm eventually going to throw in a sock drawer. My biggest problem is the price point. I mean, I'm obligated to bring you guys only the best day one content. I don't get free games, though, unless I hustle. So we've got a budget.
New to Lucan over in the Riverwood Trader says thieves broke into his store. Strange. He says they hardly took anything.
Do you have any
Use
supplies
the
I
key to
could
the
take?
house. Stay as long as you like. If there is anything else you need, just let me know.
Oh, well, she's awfully nice. Wow. Don't mind if I do.
There is something you could do for me.
Sure.
For all of us here. A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hands.
Well, I don't want to die, but thank you. Might be able to sell some things to this guy.
My father is Elven, the blacksmith. I'm his assistant. I mean apprentice.
We are joined by cool-ass Robert Payne, who recently celebrated hitting his 100 sub count mark. So once again, congratulations to you, RP. Knew you could do it.
I can forge it. The finest weapons and armor.
Let's see what we can offload here. Selling the hunting bow. We no longer need the Imperial sword. I kind of want to destroy this to get the enchantment, because I'm going to try to do a little bit of enchantment. Only because I'm an elf, and only because in my D&D world we play in, most of the elves know a little bit about enchantment magic. That's just me. I mean, the rules are flexible. This D&D build, you can be as strict or as lenient as you want. I mean, it's almost like a slider in your own mind. You have to think about what's going to give you the best experience. And if you want it to be so hard a cat can't scratch it in difficulty, then yeah, adhere to the book rules 110%. Do not yield an inch. But if that starts to take away from some of the fun, you got to slide it back in your favor. Ultimately, it's like a painting. You want it to be your creation. You want it to end up exactly how you want it and how you'll enjoy it.
Pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Forgot to see if I had any apparel for sale. And no, I certainly do not. Just my Zelda stuff. See you later, Cat Daddy.
Papa says I'm not ready for weapons, so I make lots of horseshoes.
We gotta find the guy that's gonna train us in archery. We're only level 4, so we're fledgling here. We'll get a level up out of it, and then we'll be able to train some more. Not you.
What do you want?
Not you.
Not to.
The ale is going bad. We need to get in.
Not you. Not you.
Did you hear me?
Yep, ale's going bad.
I guess you don't have potatoes in your ears after all. Just make sure we get a fresh batch of this.
Alright, so not them. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that God of War now. Alright, so this guy has a house here. Fandal, whatever his name is. So, we just need to find it and knock on his door. Alvor and Sigrid, that's not who we're looking for. Sven and Hilde.
Nobody believes me when I tell you I saw a dragon.
No, you didn't, Hilda. Calm yourself. That's the blacksmith's house. Alright, well, let's look at the map, shall we? Sleeping Giant, Riverwood Trader. Well, it would be the last we come to. We are joined by Captain Retro. Welcome, Captain Retro, to our impromptu live stream of our 3rd episode in Nintendo Switch Skyrim, building our archer. Hopefully there's an archer here that's going to help us out. And his house is locked, and well, that just sucks. It's 6 p.m. The dude ought to be here. We may just have to camp out on his doorstep for a little while. And I'll do it. No sign of his butt. We don't want to break in or he may be upset with us. So we'll wait till morning. We'll sleep on his porch. We'll take a dump in his mailbox. We may have to wait a little longer. He may not get up that early.
Did I see you talking to Sven?
No, you saw me sleeping on your porch.
I'll show you what I know.
Well, he just came right the hell out, didn't he? Like he was open for business. Yeah! What's your problem with Ben?
He's a bard, so he says. Occasionally, he finds time to do his job here at the mill. Thinks his ballads and sonnets are going to convince Camilla Valerius to marry him. As if she would say yes. An intelligent, beautiful woman like her wouldn't fall for that nonsense. I hope.
Let's butter him up. We need this guy for now.
I don't need your jokes right now. But maybe you have a point. Maybe Camilla needs some help seeing Sven.
We need to help this dude. I think I killed him last time in my wizard playthrough. He pissed me
I
off.
think I've matched that Nord's lack of cleverness perfectly.
So we'll deliver your letter.
All right, then. Tell me as soon as you've...
Let's go ahead and level up. Increase our health. Archery, we need a little bit more skill in before we can do the overdraw, but let's see what else we have. Pressing block while aiming will zoom in your view. I can't see how that would hurt. 10% chance of a critical hit that does extra damage. We will take that.
Camilla, the letter. Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose. I'll show you what I know.
Now, dag blast it, we're out of money. And we could train 2 more times.
Until next time.
So now, we really need to take this letter to this Camilla chick. Maybe we'll get some money out of that.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Maybe you could talk some sense into my pig-headed brother. Another poem, I bet. He does know how to make a girl blush. What's this? If that oaf thinks all I'm going to do is stay in that filthy house of his and clean, You can tell Sven that he already has a mother. I'm not speaking to him anymore.
That'll be what Faendal once
I
done.
don't know what you over. Riverwood Trader is everything you need in a general store.
Not interested in your quests right now. Just need to make a little
Some may
money.
call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Make a little money. I don't have any... Oh, we have a wooden sword we could sell, I guess. But we're going to hold on to that. In case we adopt kids later. Alright, we're going to sell the jewelry. We don't need this because we're not going to wear heavy armor. You can have that. The rest of them, we're not really going to use Magicka either. Rest of these we could use. We are joined by Roaming Dan. Welcome, Roaming Dan. You're just in time to see us do some D&D style building on this Elven Ranger. Because you know that's something I like. We got, well, we have that one book. That's 16 gold. Got some jewelry we can offload here. We need to smelt that ore or something fierce. So we got a little more money. I don't think there's anything else I can sell this guy. So
I better get back to cleaning the store.
yeah, you better. Now let's go find Faendal. Roaming Dan asks, how goes the challenge of keeping the D&D rules? So far, it goes just fine. We're archering, and we're getting rare Zelda drops from our Amiibos. If you'll watch the recap, right there at the beginning, we got the Hylian shield and the Master Sword. All which are usable, as they are light armor and a one-handed weapon. Is this that guy's dog it was missing? Oh well, no matter.
Papa said my father is Alvor, the blacksmith. I'm his assistant. I mean apprentice.
Well, good for you. I'm looking for the elf. The elf on the shelf.
A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hand.
I would love to die with a sword in my hand. That just sounds wonderful. So that game collector says he is trying out the D&D idea as well. He is doing a thief build with just bows and daggers. I think that's fantastic. And that's a class that I have not tried yet. Since having this idea, you know, way back when I had it. I've also, parallel to that, never done the Thieves Guild, you know, all that.
Tell me, is Riverwood...
Never did that quest line because my first player on my first playthrough of Skyrim ever was somewhat good aligned, and well, I just didn't do anything that was going to get him in trouble.
I appreciate your help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from...
Oh, well, you're going to get it right back. Oh, $25? Man, that wasn't worth walking all that way.
I'll show you what I know.
I'm going to show you what I know, slapping your ass upside the head, fool. And I totally don't have the money to train again. Oh, well, he'll follow me. Well, we don't want to get him killed. We want him to stay here, where we know where he is.
We're a small village, but we work hard and take care of our own.
Right, I didn't say you didn't, honey. Alright. Back to Markarth. We are joined by Pixie Dust, and we are joined by CM Retro Gaming. Welcome both of you to our impromptu Skyrim stream, building this Elven Ranger. And again, we did some Amiibo swipes earlier, and we got the remaining rare Zelda items that we needed. Amazing rare pulls, can't wait to use them. That game collector says it is really hard not to use swords. And hard not to use heavy armor. Because you get into these situations where you're going to be dealt the kind of damage that dictates you wear something that protective. And not only can you not, but you can't use a weapon to offset that lack of defense. The best defense is a good offense, vice versa, all that. You having to pick one or the other, and it's vexing as hell.
My daughter Adara is going to be a fine silversmith when she's older.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid.
Need
I
something?
guess we'll talk to some people in the inn.
That works so.
Get us some quests going. We're joined by Mr. Venegas Games and Toys. Welcome, Mr. V.
My wife Kira runs our jewelry stall in the market.
The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms.
There's no... You a fighting man? How about a little bet?
I'm drunk.
I'm drunk.
Well, since I had a good fight. 100 septum says I can take you. Barehanded.
I don't know, man. Sounds like a plan, but we're not very high level.
That's the spirit. Let's go.
Fight!
Somebody do something.
Just haymakers.
Try and slow it down. Come on!
Harry McHaymaker over here. There we go. That's the old 1-2. That's the old pepper.
Wait, I can still fight. No. No, I can't.
12 septims on the big one.
You lost. Give me my money. There we go.
Unlike my husband Clever, I watch after our guests. Now you just tell me if you need something.
Well, I really
I
don't.
should remind Clever to clean this place up. Nothing, you pig-headed oaf.
Being an apprentice is great. I get to swing a hammer at things. Mama doesn't like me jumping up and down in the house. But I can't help it, I swear.
I work silver, like my father, and his father before him.
My parents are always going at each other.
Well, that information does not help me.
Drinks here are watered down, but they're cheap.
All the wood furniture.
He's a damn tyrant, always being goaded by the Silverbloods to get more work out of us. They pay us next to nothing. We get beaten if we make a mistake. And where are our kind Nord rulers? What are they doing?
With ale. Now we'll have to replace all the furniture before
You're gonna try to talk sense into that orc? I'll believe it when I see it. We've lost.
Looking forward to fighting the Forsworn again.
Drive out the Nords, they say. Well, the Nord ain't driven out.
Why did I ever marry you?
Not a day goes by I don't ask that question myself, my dear.
Alright, so we got us a little side quest here. We start getting acquainted with things here in Markarth. Pretty soon we'll have property, we can set up shop. Waribba! Roaming Dan asks if there are any recommendations on where to find a good site for D&D rules. There's a couple ways you can go on that. You know, they have that drivethrurpg.com website, and that's basically so that you can read PDFs of role-playing books. Now, I don't know what all D&D editions they have available, if any. I know they do a lot of work with Palladium books. That's why I know about them. And I haven't really used their site because I have pretty much every Palladium book in existence. But it does exist, and it's an alternative to actually having to buy the books. That being said, though, if you want to go on eBay, and it's worth it to me to do this, even if you can go on there and look for the Player's Handbook for AD&D 2nd edition. To me, it's just always been the coolest D&D book. And some of the most ball-busting rules out there, definitely ones you want to use. You can pick up the Player's Handbook for probably, I don't know, $10 to $15, depending on condition. And it'd just be something really nice to have. And hell, maybe you start playing yourself just because you have it. Might unlock a whole realm of things for you.
Worker gets out of luck. You're not one of my workers. What are you doing here? You hard of hearing. I run this smelter, and I'm late meeting our silver quota. What do you want? What? Are you telling me how to treat my workers? Do you have any idea how much metal the Silverblood family wants us to smelt? I'm in charge of the smelter, not you. So why don't you lay off?
I don't want to brawl with the dude. I guess we gotta pay him.
I guess I can spare him a few beatings. Deal. Every other
I hate to lose the money.
runs off to the hills saying he'll join the Forsworn. You don't like the Nords? Fine. But pledging your whole life to killing them, that's just dumb.
And Dan, if you played 3.5 edition, I'd say go with the edition that you liked, anything that's nostalgic for you, except that, you know, you could probably get a 3rd edition for 15. The 3.5 editions are the ones that are hard to find because they're the most desirable. I wouldn't want to pay that much for them. You could probably find free PDFs just by Googling them, though. But 2nd edition was what I started with, and it's what we still play.
Leave or be removed.
Okay, I'm leaving. He wants me out of here. Lost money on that deal. But I had a feeling if I scrapped with him, that could lead to some adverse reactions. So we're just not going to do that. Go back and tell dude that everything's taken care of and... whatever. I guess the dude's not going to let us in because it's late and now we're going to have to camp outside his room. And we will. The important thing to remember is the D&D rules out of a book, of course, are very cut and dry. And to play this, you can pretty much go with what you probably still remember or what you know. A wizard's not going to use a two-handed sword and plate mail armor, you know. A lot of it's just remembering, common sense, stuff you know you wouldn't do.
Need something?
Yeah.
Need something?
I handled your orc.
I don't believe it. Someone's sticking up for us? Here, it's a week's wages for me, but you've earned every coin.
Oh, look at that. Return on investment, my nestment.
All right, then.
How about a septum? Wait, make that 2 septums. I feel like living it up. Aye, a whole heap of it. You see that temple way up there? All them women keeping to themselves. Won't let Ford to gain in, nope. Not even for a look. But they've got a treasure in there. Gold statue size of a child. Who knows what they use it for, but I know what I'll use it for. Well, let's not put it like that. Wouldn't want the Thieves Guild catching wind of us, eh? Nah, just creep in and have a go at taking it out. I'll be here and pay you half of what my man in Riften promised for it. You'll be helping out an old beggar and the Divine Smile.
Well, we could use the money. This won't be much of an archer build if we can't pay for our education. Steal the statue in the Temple of Dibella.
Trust me.
I don't know if I want to get into theft in a place that we're going to try to set up shop.
A place for your type. What do you want?
Well, sneaking isn't bad either. We definitely want that.
And my name never comes up. Understand?
And that way we'll go ahead and level up.
Uh-huh.
So that's 2 levels already in this stream. Buffing that health. Gotta have 60 before we can do that again. Pressing block while aiming will zoom in your view. I can see where that would help. But we don't want to forget that we need to sneak too, and we've not done anything with that. And we want to kind of work on both sides of our main skills of our class. So we'll go ahead and do that in the meantime. Because we're really, overall, we're going for some Assassin's Creed shit right here.
Need something?
Look at this dude in the gibbet over here. He's not at all having what he wants done. What is this cat doing?
They don't want to be busy with the smelter. Don't get involved in that nonsense. Just want to work.
Yeah, the music in this game...
Mullish. Big old...
This is the best soundtrack to me of any game ever. Well, speaking of smelters, there's one hopefully we can use.
Steward in the key to tell you.
Had to buy the soundtrack to this and Witcher 3 on iTunes. So yes, Captain Retro, the Retron makers really should make a better system. I've had zero luck with those. And we were talking about the VR version of this before you got here. Dat Game Collector has got it, and he's just enamored with it. And like I was telling him, all the fanboys and girls of this VR are telling me that I'm crazier than a shithouse rat if I don't run right out and pick that up and play it. And I have to admit, the temptation of going into a virtual Tamriel, never to return, is very tempting.
Workers, always complaining, always excuses.
So now I've got some extra material I could sell here. I'm not sure what they go for once it's smelted, but we've got all that orichalcum that we mine. Yeah, see, look at that. That's some money right there. That's more training. Oh, I don't want to steal this statue. Dadgummit. I really don't. God, the buttons on this are just batshit. Just because they reversed 2 of them. We are joined by Apox Gaming Collection. Welcome, Apoc, to the scene. You're in time to watch me attempt to steal a statue on Nintendo Switch Skyrim that I really think I should not steal, but we're hurting for money initially here. It's tempting. Let's see where we are supposed to do that. Let's go back to our quests there. We do not want a criminal record here.
There's a small skeever den just east of the city. Reach with the rope.
You don't know anything about this house.
Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm prepared to accept whatever the graphics look like on anything. I mean, a lot of people are complaining about this game, that it doesn't look the same as it looks from Steam on their $5,000 PC. And it's like, well, dude, no shit it doesn't.
The sisters are communing with Debella. They can't be disturbed. You'll have to come back another time.
Well, I don't want to come back another time. I'm also very busy. Ah, okay. I see how it's going to be. Alright, so we definitely don't want to go busting in there unless we want to fight to the death. We're just going to have to go somewhere else to make some money. Let's go crawl a dungeon.
Let me guess. You need a drink. It's the silver blood inn you're looking for.
So let's go to our map. We're going to go back down to Riverwood. Because there's a dungeon right near there that we can dig out. Dat Game Collector, and this is important intel, says that the PSVR looks worse than the Switch version. So I'll be interested to see some tech specs on that. If that's only running in like 720 or not even due to the fact that it is VR. And again, I can get past that, but that's interesting to know because, you know, there's people saying it hung the damn moon, and it's like, well, again, I'm sure it's cool, but, you know. Alright, there's a mine up here. Mines are always full of stuff we can get money. Let's go up in there and tear some stuff up. Nighttime. Roaming Dan says, can he bring his $5,000 gaming PC on the go anywhere? Absolutely no, he cannot. And that was kind of my point. And I was like, you know, dude, also, look at that PC. I mean, it probably hunts Sarah Connor at night. That thing is an absolute monster. It looks like RoboCop's entrails. So while it's impressive, we're really talking apples and oranges there. Now, I'll hear out the people that say Switch Skyrim is not necessarily a $60 game. There's no mods in it, and it's graphically inferior for the sake of being portable. I'll hear you that. I mean, I didn't mind getting it, because obviously I traded for it like I do everything, but... Oh, now, wait a minute. That's not how we're going to do it. Okay, now we're going to try out the Master Sword. Hopefully I didn't just contract rock joint from all those wolf bites. Nope. We're good. But we're not alone. Jesus! I guess I could have snuck up on his ass. Sometimes you forget to sneak if it's not something you're used to doing in your character class, and you have to remember that you get XP for sneaking. Here we are.
You picked a bad time to get lost again.
Oh, son of a bitch! Oh, Jesus!
That was a good crit. Holy shit. What a good crit. Alright. Going in here with all our Zelda loot. In fact, let's go ahead and put the shield on too. Let's get the full look. That's just badass. We'll knock some stuff over. You know there's bandits in here, but it's fine. Trip the trap. Take your torch. Now let's go ahead and start sneaking. You know there's people in here. You know it. Take the torches. We can use them somewhere else. Alright, it's time to start sniping them up. Wesley snipes. Sniper, no sniping. Sniper, no sniping.
We have someone standing guard out there. Don't forget the rock trash. So, stop your worrying and get some rest. Your shift is coming up, and I don't want you dozing off again like last time.
Shit. Well, wasn't that just a tremendous shot? Still getting credit for the sneak attacks as I'm not fully detected yet. I remember this one. And there's money to be had here. And there's more enemies too, so let's tread carefully. Let's loot these turds. I'm gonna drink his beer. What I've been in the mood for lately is a old school D&D all day play and get the smoker out and make some really barbaric food for the day. We did that a year or so ago and just had an absolute blast. Chicken leg quarters and ribs and just straight up barbarian shit. Ate good and role played all day. So, it's getting colder out. It's about time to start doing some smoking, some grilling. Oh, here we go. Not a lot of money, but we'll take what we can get. Chachanka. We'll rip it a bit. And while we're here, get us some cabbage. Uh-oh, we got company. Oh, we're getting rolled up on. Took him right out. Man, these fools ain't rolling with no money. At this point, I'll take that for some sales. We're not finding much else. I'm a terrible ranger. I'm trying to lead him a little bit. So yes, we have the Master Sword and we have the Hylian Shield. Pulled those at the beginning of the video. We went ahead and did our amiibo swipes. And there it is. I plan to enchant it, maybe give it some otherworldly powers to kind of buff it. And of course we saw the shield in all its might. Let's go see if there's anything on that other guy. $6 gold. Sell your armor. Won't sell for much. Back to sneaking. No dice required in this. This is just basically leaning toward the skills that your character would be using were he an actual D&D character. Your skills would be only what they would be in a pen and paper game. Unlike Skyrim, where you can literally be whatever you want to be. You want to be an archer but use magic and a two-handed sword whenever you feel like it? Go ahead, there's no classes. But that, again, I like to touch on why I do this and why this was the idea to begin with. Everyone complained that this game got too easy too quick. Halfway through, you're one-hitting giants and dragons, and it's just like you're in it for the story at that point and nothing else. This fixes that. If you're doing a wizard build, you ain't going to be using armor, you ain't going to be using two-handed swords. You're only going to be doing what a wizard does, and you're not going to train in archery so you can shoot people with arrows, because a wizard wouldn't do that. Again, it's all up to you. You know, if you don't enforce the rules on yourself, the game's not going to do it. But it's fun to do those kind of limitations. And I did not know this guy was here.
That's it. That's all you've got.
And now he's not here. So as you can see, I'm training in sneaking. And I'm training in archery. And there may be other things. Albeit maybe fiefy things that, you know, again, something an Elven Ranger would do. But I'm not going to be doing magic. So I sold those magica potions. Won't need them. When I get spell books, I'm not even going to learn the spell. I'm going to sell the book for money. Because I'm an Elven Ranger, and while I may even have the skills, language, you know, linguistic type stuff to where I could understand what it said, I am not a practitioner of magic, and therefore could do nothing with it. Always eat a little of each ingredient when you find it, regardless of the effect, so when you go do your alchemy, you'll know what's what. And I think anyone can do alchemy in this game. Now that is contrary to what D&D rules would be. Again, you gotta kind of do it at your discretion. A game where you and again, maybe you don't. Maybe you play this entire game and never, ever make a damn potion. Unless you're a 9th level priest or wizard, you can't make potions. That's the rules. And if I'm an Elven Ranger, then I can't do it at all. Now, a great way to level up is to spam the hell out of potion making in this game, because you level up in alchemy, and ergo, you level up, period. But you wouldn't be able to do that. I want my arrows back. There's one in his nuts. So again, I'll probably allow for some alchemy, because I want to be able to make potions, you know, healing potions, specifically. But arguably, I shouldn't allow myself to do that. And I might not. I haven't made one yet, so I still have the choice. And again, that's the important thing about playing this way. You have the choice. You pick your limitations or how hard you want to bust your own balls with this thing. Because if eventually it gets so hard that it makes the game not fun, well then you've overstepped your boundary. Again, it's a slider bar in your mind. You decide how by the book you want to play this thing. You're already doing yourself a huge disadvantage by making a class that technically doesn't exist and making sure that you have to do everything that way. It creates a difficulty that's not normally there and a need for strategies you would not necessarily ever have to employ. I'm going to put one right in this guy's face. Where'd that other guy go? Ah, there we go. Oh, it's sticking in the wood. It did it again. And that was a crit. Robin Hood shit right in the freaking heart. Never said the game was perfect. I just said I love it. There's another guy. Took his ear off. He's an archer too. I better watch it. Oh! Took him right off the bridge. Alright. Working on that archery skill, working on that sneak. Doing what I have to do. What's characteristic to my class. We absolutely got to go down there and loot that guy out. There's some good stuff here. Did that dude fall? Yeah, he did. Sure enough. Look at him down there. I'm going to have to go check him out. Frisk him. Carrots. Always try to take all the food I can take. Gotta conserve your healing potions. You don't heal a lot from food, but you can get some skills from cooking your food, and other than weighing you down, there's no disadvantage to taking food. Not a whole lot of veins to mine here. Take that torch. Ah, here we go. Spoke too soon. When I created my character on there, I went for a half-elf build, which is not really a race in this game, but since you can create every aspect of their looks, you can kind of make them look half-elven by peeling back some of the pointiness of their features. And I really designed this after one of our players' characters in our actual 2nd edition D&D playthrough that we're doing. All of our guys have very interesting characters with very intriguing backstories. Now, we took a guy out right around here. Where did he go? Smithing. Let's talk smithing, because that's not something I could say that I'm not going to let him do. But you know what? He's probably going to do more things like hide tanning, making leather goods for sale. He's not going to make a suit of plate mail armor out of dragon bones. There again, you got to use your discretion and limitation. You need moonstone to refine the master sword. Refine the studded armor. And again, that just makes it more valuable if I'm not actually going to use it. Let's take some free iron ingots here. No, that's not what I did. I was taking the iron, you bumbling boob. When you use Link's tunic, it's actually one whole frickin' suit of armor. There's no boots, no bracers, none of that. So you'll no longer use those items in conjunction with it. That's what was interesting, and I did not know that it worked that way. So let's take a look and see what refining that did. It's still not advantageous to wear that over the tunic, which is one and done, the whole thing. Mr. Venegas, thank you for stopping by, and best of luck at Toys R Us. I hadn't been to Toys R Us in a while. We used to live there. Now Molly just likes video games, so we don't get in there as much as we used to. Roaming Dan asked, by creating a half race, could you justify using half rules for it? I suppose you could get into, you know, if and when there was a situation where it would be applicable to, say, you know, an elf would do this but a human wouldn't, or a half elf could do both, yeah. It's nothing that's going to be extremely definitive in, I think, in making any serious decisions, but in this case, for me, it was just a matter of appearance and the kind of character I wanted to portray. And as far as your relationships in game 2, in that aspect of the role-playing, he might be more inclined to, you know, hook up with a human than he would if he was just an elf and maybe only liked elves, or... It's important to role-play your character accordingly in all the decision-making of the game as well. Because that's half the fun. Don't play with your heart, play with your mind. Make the choices that that character would make, not what you would make. Well, I think we've bled this place dry. We're going to return to Riverwood. Try to make some cash. And then we're going to do some more archer training. We've also located where we can do some sneak training in the Warrens of Markarth, where we'll be setting up our home base. So that is convenient. I know we searched him already, but let's go ahead and just take the rest of his crap. Might be the last bit of money we need to make a deal in Riverwood. Make sure we're going the right way. It's easy to get turned around. This coming Friday, also in role-playing news, we'll be playing Xenoblade 2 right here on the Switch. A day one launch stream for you guys. And we'll be doing the unboxing of the Collector's Edition right here as well, which I'm always pumped to get another Collector's Edition for the shelf. But this game looks really freaking neat, and it looks like a time vampire from hell in the way that only Nintendo can deliver. And yeah. So that's what's up. Join us for that this coming Friday. Of course, Tuesday Night Live will be going on as it always is. So we've got a pretty packed week coming up, and potentially we will also have another podcast coming your way.
All right.
There's my elf. He's getting away. Come back.
I might even have some of your fancy elven pieces lying around somewhere. Good day.
Greetings, Brother Elf. Lead the way.
Yeah, follow me, because I don't want to lose sight of your ass.
I could forge you a warhammer that would crush a giant...
That Game Collector is getting the Pro Controller as well, so unbox that one for us. I've got to look at it, but it's always nice to see it up close. I'm sure it's a nice piece of equipment. I love my Pro Controller. Don't regret spending any amount of money to have that thing. Everybody buying these piece of shit Powerade knockoff turds. Don't be doing that, man. Those people are a bunch of crooks. Get the real shit. And that Xenoblade was a really nice piece. The Splatoon one looked really cool too. Just now that I already have a Pro Controller, it's just not in the budget right now to get those, but pending how much I love Xenoblade, I may just have to have it. And God willing, if there's still one to procure after the fact, I may still pick one up. Well, controller.
The finest weapons and armor.
Well, you got to be able to buy more than that from me, dude. Here's some fur armor, fur armor, hide armor. Oh, we didn't get shit for that studded armor. Here's this crappy horned helmet. That's worth a little bit. Orichalcum. Would be better off holding on to the iron. Because that'll all come into play too for building your house in this game. Which there again, we got to stretch the rules a little bit. An Elven Ranger probably wouldn't be contracted to build a house for you. But when you buy real estate in this game, you have to build your house. Yeah, the Pro Controllers are top quality, man. That Game Collector says he has the Splatoon one as well. All these people, man, all these YouTube reviewers, man, these busted ass fools that get all their shit free. It's like, good for you, man. Good for you. Proud for you. But don't you be coming on here with your Powerade trash that you got for free. Trying to tell people be spending their hard-earned money on that garbage when you haven't even used the thing yet. They don't have the frickin' rumble things in them. So right there you're screwed. I mean, Mario Odyssey's already taught us that there's going to be things you have to have the rumble in place for. So you're already using a cheap knockoff controller. It's going to break on you in 3 months to a year, guaranteed, and they do not warranty their products. These are things I'm coming at people trying to tell them in my reviews, and I'm getting nothing but hate for it. But you know what? You want to buy cheap-ass controllers? Go buy cheap-ass controllers. I'd love to buy cheap-ass controllers, as long as they work. These don't work. It's important that everybody knows that, and that there is no substitution for the Pro Controller on the Nintendo Switch. Buy Nintendo products only. There, that's my rant. I'm done. It's going to cost $410 to train one more time.
You lead, I'll follow.
Damn it. And we don't have it. Well, you know what? As much as I'd like for you to come with me, what else do we have here that we can get rid of that this guy wouldn't be buying? Maybe these books. We'll go see the trader. I'm talking about being hard up for some money. Let's go see the trader. Come on. I'll get you your money. Roaming Dan asks, they have Power A controllers on the Switch? Yes, they do. And they really pull you in by making a Mario one and a Triforce Zelda one. And again, all these people reviewing them on here like, oh, it's really cool. I got this in the mail to review. I didn't have to pay for it, but you should go pay for it. No, you shouldn't. And you shouldn't be listening to reviews from somebody that would tell you something like that, man. How you reviewing the damn thing? You ain't even used it. I'm coming at you real telling you I got 4 of these Power A turds on Xbox and don't nobody want a damn warranty or do nothing about. That's news you can use right there, brother. And these people are like, oh, it's really cool, man. It's got a Triforce on it. Man, it don't run on Triforces. It don't run on Triforces. I wish it did. Dat Game Collector, thank you so much for stopping by. Love having you in the streams. But yes, Dan, that's the long answer. The short answer is they do have Power A controllers for the Switch, and they don't have the frickin' gyros in them. What good is it? I mean, what good is it?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasure.
I ain't got to have rumble in my controllers, but it's part of the thing now. I mean, again, Mario's trying to find moons here, and you got to use the rumble in a hot-cold scenario to find your moon, and you ain't got it. What do? I don't even know what the system does in that aspect. Does it put up a notification that says, hey, man, you bought a busted-ass piece of shit controller. You're going to have to reset the game right now. I have no idea. I won't ever know because I won't buy a Power A controller ever again. We can sell him this. Yeah, we got some money here. Have that. this. Sell him this. Now we got some money. And again, I ain't hating on you if you get free stuff. I'm proud for you. But when you get that free stuff, you should probably use it before you recommend it to anybody. I realize you got it free. And you almost feel obligated. You got to tell people, oh man, you know, this is a great product. But in this case, it's not. So, you know, let's be real about it. Even Power A can learn from the experience. They don't want to, but they could. Guess what? Your products are shit. Maybe you should do something about that. You get what you pay for. Yeah, well, you do, so. Alright, let's sell him a garnet. Alright, I've bitched enough. Back to Skyrim.
Damn thieves. As if things weren't bad enough.
I'm not a thief.
I'll show you what I know.
$420 to get the next level of training. So this is going to be a constant grind on my archery here, trying to get it up.
Let's get going then.
APOC says his phone died. Well, welcome back, APOC. Now again, there is another dungeon close by. And we need to tell dude.
Still here. I'll head back home if you need me.
To stay here, because if he dies, and that's totally possible, and it's permadeath, obviously, we won't have him anymore to train us. Now, there's other archery trainers at different levels, novice, adept, and so on and so forth, in the game. But we want to milk this cow for all we can milk him for. And I intend to do just that. We can do quests if we want to do quests, and that's fine. But initially, there's nothing more important than the character build. A lot of those quests are just going to prove insurmountable tasks if you haven't built up enough. There is a barrow up here, and I don't know if we can get to it, but we're going to try. Alright, here we go. Yeah, Dan, they're everywhere, man. And it just, after a while, it gets real cringy. I mean, there's times that you can legitimately ask that question, and then there's times when you're just Captain Bandwagon. You're just trying to get views, asking a question that there's an obvious answer for, and you're trying to make like there's not, for the sake of clickbaiting, and it's just annoying. Because that's just not necessary. I'm shooting over them thinking I have to, and maybe I don't. I'm new to being an archer as well, you know. Not to say I'm the best at it by far. Give me my arrow back. Give me that mace. And I'm going to be all up in your face.
Someone there?
Yeah, he's up to... Oh, hey, what's up, buddy?
You should have stayed in your precious forests.
I don't own any forests. Again, it's okay to take some damage, because that's going to bust up your light armor rating, just taking that damage. We'll take one of these, and we'll take some of those, and we'll take that too, and we'll take one of these. We haven't even got to the barrow yet. Already getting some stuff we can make some money on. What's your lantern? 16 gold. What kind of bandit puts 16 gold pieces in a tower and guards it? Although it's okay that everything scales the way it does, it's also important to note that the items in the chest that you get with the amiibos also scale as your level goes. And we need to go mine that rock right there. So it's something that you can do every 24 hours. You can scan the amiibos, and you know, people have compared it to cheating, like you're going to get a lot of stuff that you wouldn't have normally got in the game. And because of that, and not wanting to compromise my playthrough, and don't get me wrong, I think it's really cool to have that in this game. It makes this version unique. But now that I have the Hylian shield, now that I got the Zelda items, probably going to refrain from doing a lot of that. When we hit some big level milestones, we may do a couple of them just to see how the scaling works and what they really mean by that. Or is there going to be a legit scaling? Am I ever going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe I got this item out of any of the chests in the future? I don't know. We'll see. But alright, so we cleaned this out. Ooey! Kazooie! Do a little mining here. So the way the amiibos work is your Zelda items have a 20% chance. Your Zelda Ameebos have a 20% chance of dropping a rare Zelda item. The normal ones are just going to give you a chest with normal Skyrim items. And again, that's what's going to scale with you as your levels go up. They're not going to give you just iron crap forever. Eventually, I'm sure it gets to steel, maybe some orc stuff. Already seen some orcish arrows in a chest. So the quality will start going up as your level starts going up. And that's neat that it's an intelligent enough system to do that. While we're up here, we need to go discover this barrow so that we can fast travel back to it. So yeah, you know, if you were going to scan all your amiibos in, you'd be here all day. And maybe you want to be. Maybe that would be really fun to do. The chests don't stay there either. They despawn after a while, so it's not like you're littering your Skyrim world. You're being environmentally conscious. Bleak Falls Barrow. Somebody's up there. Who's looking at me? Who's... Oh, yeah, there you are, you punk. He ain't looking now, so let's level up. I'll probably end up having some really topped out health, because stamina and magicka are just not going to be a factor for a while. Stamina will eventually, when we're going to be in situations where close quarters combat is just mandatory, but magicka's never going to be. So we're going to conserve and really be able to lean hard on some health. We'll eventually have a very high health to offset the fact that we can't use heavy armor. Let's go ahead and go to our sneak here. If I'd been smart, I would have went back there and trained one more time so I could have 5 more trainings to do fresh with this level. But we don't really have the money to do that many right now anyway, so that's okay. Not as big a deal. Okay, we're going to be harder to detect while sneaking. We're going to creep on this fool. If he ain't turned around by the time I get up these steps, he's going to get a bolt right in the neck. Call you Frankenstein.
Did you hear something?
Oh, damn it. This guy found me out.
Lucky hit.
Oh, shit. Anybody else want to get smart, get funny, cute, fresh? No? Okay. Delicious. Thank you. So, back to Riverwood for more sales, more training. And yes, RP, that was a nice kill. Right in the T-Yacht. Loving those crits, man. Man, when my internet cut out on the last stream, which was unfortunate, we kind of had some bad weather around here. Comcast can't even handle a drop of rain, but it cut out before I did this really awesome crit. And to be fair, it was only on a goat, but I got the goat right in his asshole. My arrow went right in the goat's butthole. And it was from the side of a mountain. I mean, who snipes a goat's butthole from the side of a mountain? Apparently this guy does. And it was such a great slow-mo frickin'... I mean, it was just awesome.
Whatever you need. Looking to...
It's hard to make an arrow going up a goat's asshole sound as awesome as it really was. Wish I'd had some footage of that. Sell him some of that. Sell him one of these. Sell him that. Not getting that. Sell you one of these.
Looking to protect.
It's important to spread around your sales so you don't do it all at one merchant. Make sure you're selling the merchant stuff that they buy specifically before you get to one that buys everything, because you don't want to use up all their gold and then end up with stuff that you can't sell to another merchant who does have the gold. The Hylian shield's only worth 38 bucks. The tunic's worth a lot. Not that I would sell it, but that's just kind of strange. And again, you know, the blacksmith doesn't buy
damage
as much as the traders do, but still want to sell him everything you can sell him. I'm going to hold on to my pelts. I'm going to hold on to my ore. Roaming Dan asked a good question. With all the new releases coming out, will I do a complete stream for Skyrim? I never really have, and I guess the real reason why is there is no completeness to Skyrim. This game never ends. So I get to a point in my build where it's like, if you were actually trying to learn from this, then you're the baby bird leaving the nest. I've done as much building as I can possibly do before it's just like, you know, hey, he's pretty much built. Keep on this way, and you're on autopilot from here on out. You got it. You're good to go. So I don't think I will do my entire playthrough of this character in a stream, nor will I for my wizard. That's a lot of Skyrim. And to be fair, there's a sea of Skyrim streamers out there that I don't care to swim in. We have much more pressing matters with day one releases, unboxings, and other things like that I've got to see to. But it's just initial to me to look at this and the way I'm looking at it, again, because I just feel it's a unique way to play the game. And so far, everybody I've mentioned it to has been really receptive to the idea and interested in actually trying it. As well they should, because it's super fun. And the biggest part about that for me is that it's in response to a lot of people that are of the opinion that Skyrim's not worth it, period. For a 6th playthrough at this point, let alone having to buy it for a new system. And I hear that, but if any part of you, hearing the music, seeing the sights and the sounds, like you said, is making you want to play this again, here is a way that you can do that, and it may seem like you've reinvented it, like it's the first time all over again. And that's really what it's all about. It's hard to say if I'll even do complete playthroughs of these characters on my own, you know, not live, because time is pressed. You know, I just don't know that. I'm having a great time starting them out and building them, though. I tell everybody, your first time on Skyrim is just your best. He's locked up in there again, dagnabbit. Should have made him go with me, but they probably would have killed him. But yeah, the new starts, it just feels so great. Wait a few hours, see if he comes out. Knock, knock. I didn't want to take a capture. Dude, how long you gonna make me stay on your doorstep? 13 hours? I actually have not played this portably yet, but our vacation's coming up and it's going with me, so looking forward to it. Ah, here he comes. He didn't come out. I'm coming in after you. You ain't gonna be doing me that way. You're gonna be coming out of there. We are joined by Tylord Stevenson. Welcome, Tylord, to our Skyrim stream. You're about to see me break into an elf's house so I can make him teach me some archery. He's gonna be mad. Thought it was cool if I just came in, bruh. Well, hell, he's not home. He won't mind if I take a little money. I'm just going to give it right back to him. Oh, and he won't miss that, will he? He won't miss that either. Well, that was devious. That's what he gets, man, for not being available. He should have been available. It's not cool, man. You said you were going home. You didn't go home. You said you'd be there if I needed you. You weren't there and I needed you. Well, all these fools got their houses locked up. What y'all on lockdown for? I need to talk to somebody. It's the middle of the daggone day. What are you looking at?
What do you want?
Yeah, I know. What do you want? I mean, it would be convenient if I could just keep this idiot with me, but I can't do that. He'll end up getting his ass killed. Sometimes you can take the gold off the table and it's not stealing. In this case, it would be. Alright, my elf's missing in action here. And the thing is, as real as this game can be, these characters can die due to external conflicts, and then they're just gone. And sometimes a bug in the game can prevent things from correcting themselves. Like, I had a bard in one of my houses in my old playthrough, and some giants attacked the house, killed my bard, and they kept acting like I already had one. The house Carl and my Thane, or whatever the hell. Long story short, they wouldn't get me another one, you know. It's kind of crazy. Is it open because I broke it open, or is it open because he's home? It's open because I broke it open. Oh, there's a book. I didn't see the book. It's not one that raises your skill, though, so I'm not worried about it. Well, we gotta wait for this idiot to come back. Well, we sold some things off. We can always go do a dungeon and then come back. Tylord says the dragons can kill people you need for quests or trading. And yeah, that's true. And again, outside circumstances can kill people that you need. And it can forever change the course of everything. And you bring these people with you when they agree to be your friend and stuff. And that seems neat. But they're not you. And they don't have the same fight or flight reflexes. And they're just going to get killed. And you may have needed them for other things. So, again, we need this guy to train us in archery. But if we take him, he's done for. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It definitely makes the game more authentic. I would not have it any other way. It just means that you've got to exercise a little caution where that goes and make sure you don't put necessary people in harm's way if you can help it. And I'm definitely not taking this archer with me anywhere. But now as a result, I can't find his stupid ass anywhere. I'm wandering around this town like a freaking idiot waiting on an elf that could be out touching himself. There he is! Hey, ass nose. I just robbed your house.
Greetings, brother.
Maybe you should have been there.
See a familiar? I'll show you what I...
Of course you will, because I'm going to pay you with money I stole off your nightstand. Prick. Archery 38. We need to get to 40 to get to the next step. So, we will do that. It's going to require going to Bleak Falls Barrow and cleaning it out. Getting all the treasure therein. Coming back and selling some more. Hopefully the merchants will re-up their funds before then, and we'll be able to make a nice stack of cash. That's all the time we have for this one. And again, I don't know that we're going to be doing the entire lifespan of this character, but I could see a few more build videos as we're still building. This is still the initial stages of this thing, and man, it's just great getting your feet wet in a new playthrough of Skyrim every time, especially now that it's on a frickin' Nintendo system. Don't know why that feels great, it just does. I urge everybody that is watching to leave a like, because I can't get enough of those in this day and age. And if you haven't already and you're watching the recap at home and you like what you see and you're enjoying this game and you've bought Skyrim somewhere, you bought it from a retailer, you came home, you're enjoying it, your friend has it, you've been to your friend's house, you're enjoying it, leave some comments in the comment section, let me know what you think about it, because you know I love to get a conversation going with you. And most importantly, if you have not already done it, subscribe to this channel. If you like watching people play games, day one review games, continue doing builds of characters in games, unboxing collector's editions of games, going to yard sales and finding these games for $1, bringing them back to you and telling them all about how we got it. Something we do a lot of right here on the Emceemur show. Again, I want to thank every single one of you very much from the bottom of my heart for joining us for yet another episode of Skyrim D&D character building on the Switch, and we will definitely see you again next time.